Hey everyone, I was going to show off some of the things that I recently got. Starting with Shazam on Blu-ray. I normally don't get the superhero movies or any movies really that when they come out on DVD. I just wait for them to go on streaming services. Like in America it's Netflix, and over here it's Now TV in England. But I wanted to get the special features, and also this was just one of my favourite comic book movies. Um, it's easily top three. It's like this, Spider Man 2, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Uh, so yeah, I highly recommend that if you haven't seen it. And then I got Scooby Doo and Batman the Brave and the Bold. Not a huge Scooby Doo fan, and I haven't seen all of Batman the Brave and the Bold, but from what I saw of it, I really enjoyed it. It's a very fun, like trying to be like kind of golden age, silver age sort of versions of Batman. Um, like it will have like zebra Batman and all kinds of stuff, all kinds of stories that are really old. And that seems like the best choice of versions of Batman to cross over with Scooby Doo, and he also has the 1960s. I think it was around the 60s one, maybe the 70s. The original crossover between Scooby Doo and Batman, where it was just some random guy voicing Batman and that. It wasn't Adam West. I don't think he'd started voicing Batman yet. He'd obviously played him in the live action show, but I don't think he voiced him until like Super Friends, and I don't even think it was straight away. I think it was a couple seasons into Super Friends where he actually started voicing him. Um, and speaking of Super Friends, this is probably from a similar time. This is Filmation, who I first found out about from Star Trek the animated series. Was the first thing I saw by them, and it's like these little 5 to 6 minute episodes. It's focusing on different DC characters. When you see on there, you can see the Atom, Superman, Green Lantern, Hawkman, uh, Aquaman, and the Flash. And on the back it says there's a Teen Titans episode with Speedy, Kid Flash, Wonder Girl, and Aqualad. No Robin though for some reason. Yeah, lots of different stories. I think some of them were there just the full Justice League together, um, and then other ones where it's separate individual characters. Uh, I've never seen these, but they sound interesting, and yeah, this was only about 50p. Um, I assume it was around the same time as Super Friends. Then I got Incredible Hulk. This has the first two episodes that start off the 90s show, uh, but it also has the 60s animated Hulk episode, Origin of the Hulk, which is just left it basically taken directly from the comics. I mean, like the dialogue and the pages are just pretty much lifted word for word. Um, and then I got 2000 AD, 2000 AD annual from 1980. So this is very early on in 2000 AD. This was still during the Dan Dare days, because they wanted Dan Dare to be the big mascot of 2000 AD, but Judge Dredd was way more popular, and he became the mascot, and Dan Dare went away pretty early. But I have always wanted to read some Dan Dare, and yeah, got a pretty cool cover there of Judge Dredd. His helmet's the wrong colour, so that's how you know it was early days. You got Farg, and I believe that's Dan Dare on the cover. Um, yeah, it's by Fleetway, and then another Fleetway annual, 86. Uh, so 6 years later, obviously. And here you got Judge Dredd and Rogue Trooper and Strontium Dog, and Ace Trucking. Um, this yeah, I have similar things, but obviously when I've done there because he wasn't around for very long, as I said, and then later on from that you got 89. This has Bad Company in it. It also has Slain the King story, which I've read. I really like Slain. He's one of my favourite characters in 2000 AD. So yeah, that's some of the stuff I've recently got. See you.